Game over. Let's go. Everybody go home. Everybody go home.
Great game.
Hello,
Hey, man, you going to end this stream and start it back?
No, sir. We going right to the post game. Listen, clock is on. We getting right into the post game show. I'm about to put the score on this mother sucker, and we about to get right into the post game show. Okay, let's get it.
Hey, I'd like to announce that the prime era is officially over.
Let's go. Come on, man.
Prime era is over. I'm sad to announce.
Man, I'm sad to announce the prime era is over, man.
I'm not. It been over. I kept trying to tell these Bammers, man. I told Mike. I said them Alabama. I said one of them Alabama schools gonna get you. I said one of them Alabama State. I said one of them Alabama State schools gonna get you.
Scotty, first Colorado, now Jackson State.
It's a great week, man.
The Cowboys got to win. They got to win.
It's a great weekend.
They got to win.
Smite. Who is? Smite. Man, breathe. I wake up motivated. I wake up motivated.
Hey!
Bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody to the next level.
I got time today.
Yeah, I'm hey Scotty, I'm sad today.
Woo! Losing on your homecoming. Ain't nothing better. Go ahead. What you got, Rod?
Man, like I say, I'm sad, man. This is a hit for the whole black community right here, man. You know, this is the end of an era. Prime came in the HBCU athletic space and raised the entire temperature of HBCU athletics, HBCU football, everything, man. He put it on a pedestal. He made it something that it has never been before. And all that goes down in flames with Jackson State losing to Alabama State on homecoming, bro. It's really sad, man. I don't know what to say, Scotty. I'm at a loss for words.
I got the words for you. They ass, okay? Like I've been telling them, like I've been saying, them Bamas is ass. Okay? Capital A, double Z. Ass. That's what I've been. See, let me say something. Right? Because this is what I said, Rock. I said this. I said, you guys are not special. Mike getting upset with me, getting emotional, all this extra stuff. I said, Mike, y'all are not special. Scotty, you hating. Why we not in your top 5? I said, you're not a team that's scary. You're not a team that is scary. And I said also that this was the perfect game for Alabama State. You play exactly how they wanted people to play to make them competitive. You can't play over. You don't have no big time receivers to play over the top. Your quarterback is ass. I won't say ass. He's average. He's an average.
No. Let's be honest. Like he is a adequate, competent, swag quarterback, which makes this loss even more apparent that Jackson State has regressed. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't blame it on the quarterback. You know what I mean? You can't say it's because of the quarterback. You got to say this. It's an overall regression from where Prime had the program, man. It's why Alabama State was able to get the victory today.
Real quick before we get to this post-game show, my baby's birthday is tomorrow. All right, Libra season is in full effect. Key's birthday is tomorrow. Cash Apper, whatever you like, whatever touches your heart, whatever blessed with you. $ AQUYLA. Make sure y'all put a happy birthday in the chat. Make sure you go hit the girl's Cash App. Bless my baby with her birthday. You already know what it is. Also, Rocky, drop your link. Rocky's link is in the chat. Go ahead and follow my boy Rocky on his social media. And while we get this post-game show for y'all, because it's about to be entertaining.
Yeah, man, it's tough. But, you know, I know the Primates as the leader of the National Primate Organization, right? I know that we have to accept the reality that Prime has left the building and all remnants and residue of Prime are gone.
Hey, Rocky, you got your pom-pom with you? You got a pom-pom with
No, I don't have a pom-pom.
you? Okay, you should know this song. Hey, I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. Sing it with me. I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. Singing glory, hallelujah. Woo! They got their ass whooped. I told you it was coming. I told y'all it was coming. JB, coming to you.
Scotty, I am very upset. I then destroyed my personal laptop.
What happened?
I was watching my alma mater's homecoming, and the play calling that we did, the first thing I said was, we got rid of Ed Reed and Terry Simpson for this bullshit. I mean, like this is, honestly, the lack of urgency is depressing. The lack of basically give a shit is. How the hell are you going to run a 2-minute drill with 6 straight running plays? Who does that? Same kind of draw plays, same kind of stuff. Dude. Scotty, I can't take it no more. I'm sorry, I really can't take this no more.
Hey, JB, so, listen. I feel your pain, bro. But right now, I want to pour salt in Jackson State's wound, and you're messing up my vibe. You're messing up my vibe. You're messing up my vibe. I want to bask. We knew you was gonna be ass, okay? We knew Bethune-Cookman was gonna be ass after Ed Reed left. We knew that. I'm not. Listen, y'all wanted to go with Lil Bill. Live with Lil Bill. Don't give 2 shits. I want to bask in the aroma of JSU losing their homecoming to Alabama State. Come on, man. Mr. Sargent, coming to you.
Man, if you wanted to bask in the glory to Alabama.
Mr. Sargent, your phone breaking up now. Come on now. Gotta get it together. Your phone breaking up. You gotta call back in. So y'all messing up my vibe. You got your phones acting up. Y'all ain't coming to play. Y'all not ready today. Dre, coming to you.
Man, this is bad. Oh, right?
Thank you. Now you on my vibes, Dre. Come on, talk to me, Dre. Talk to me.
But you knew it was gonna happen. Prom spent 2 years kicking ass and taking names. So you knew once he left, folks was gonna get their lick back. And this is really the first big loss. I mean, family was bad too, but that wasn't a home game. This is homecoming. Like it's hard to lose on homecoming. Like homecoming is supposed to be a guaranteed win. Like, so this is the first big loss, and it's easy to say they probably might lose another win. They're probably gonna lose another game because they're probably gonna lose to Alcorn. And I think you should now bench Jason Brown and plan for the future. Fairgrounds is gonna be a quarterback next year.
Absolutely.
Because you have nothing to play for.
Nothing. Not a lick. Your season is over, okay? You listen, you start in Atlanta, finish it in Jackson.
Now, of course, you know, I still gotta wait for Prime to give me 2 wins so I can win my money. But that's a whole nother conversation. But this is a bad loss, though. It's really a bad loss.
It is, man. Hey, Dre, appreciate the call. Rocky, let me ask you this: is Jackson State and Dion are they like the couple that is missing each other at this point in time? Because I mean, just think about it. Think about it, Rocky. You go to Colorado, 29-0, get your butt whooped by a 1-4 Stanford team. Jackson comes back around. They lose on homecoming. It looks like that marriage, they got divorced, but it looks like they were perfect for each other.
So let me say this. I'll look at it. I'll put it in this situation. I think they were perfect for each other, right? But Scotty, it would be like me dating Beyonce. Beyonce could be happy for a while. Because I'm a funny guy. I'm a nice guy, but with all she done been exposed to in her life, at some point she's gonna realize she could do better. You know what I mean? And I think the breakup was inevitable between Prime and Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the issue. Just know that if I ever had dated Beyonce for any period of time,
I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
You're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah. Hey, I would have put my miles on it. You hear me? And I just don't think. I think Jackson State didn't put their miles on Prime the way they should have. That's what I think they're upset about, right? They and even in the moment, right? They would always point back to they were always a storied program. They got the most national championships in HCB. They would always point out that, not realizing, hey, you're with this guy that's gonna leave someday. You may well start cashing in on him right now. And so Jackson State was the woman that thought it was forever when they should have known it was only for now. It was only for a moment.
Let me ask you this. So what you're saying is that Jackson State should have pulled the Shanti versus Shaq and had a bank account on the side. That's what you're saying. She should have been embezzling. Jackson should have been embezzling for a rainy day. That's what you're saying.
And also, when he walk out, right? When he walks out, you praise him, you pat him on the back, you thank him. So when another pretty girl walks by, you might have a shot at her. Because dropping down from Beyonce ain't a bad thing. You understand? You still end up with Kelly Rowland. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But now, because of the way I acted when Beyonce left, I can't even get Kelly Rowland now.
Can't even.
Because I showed my ass when Beyonce left me, knowing I didn't deserve her. And so what Jackson State ended up doing, in my opinion, is souring their relationship with Dion, which didn't benefit their program none at all. Because I believe that if they had been on good footing with Dion would have made sure some of those players stayed at Jackson. But I think he got to the point to where he had a vendetta to score. And he take 20, 30 players from him?
Right, easily. But I mean, the biggest one was Shore.
We find it out now he took way too many defensive players.
Listen, I'm gonna say this before I start taking callers, right? ASPV or HPV visuals, I need my video. Yeah, you want to do a video about A&M and being in Mobile, Gulf Coast Challenge. I don't want it. ASPV, I want my video. I want that homecoming loss on 4K. I need it in 4K. And before I get to these callers,
Is this the
is this the end?
Hey, Scotty, this is a good question. I want to answer it right quick.
Yeah.
would Ed Reed have been Kelly Rowland? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that would have been. And you would have been and check this out. Prime would have made sure the same infrastructure that supported him during his tenure was in place for a guy that he has a personal friendship with, like Ed Reed.
I don't want to hear that. They wanted the alum. They wanted the alum. They wanted TC Taylor. Play for TC. Guard the yard. Guard the homecoming end zone. How about that? Guard the homecoming end zone. Once again, it is my baby's birthday. Make sure you cash out her some money for her birthday. Happy birthday, my beautiful. It's tomorrow, actually, but happy birthday. Let's get to some of these calls. Bridges, coming to you. What's up, Bridges?
We are free. Boy, it was Friday the 13th yesterday, Scott. So it must have been a whole lot of black cats in Jackson, Mississippi, goddamn.
Boy, a whole bunch of black cats. You got me on speaker?
No, I ain't got you on speaker.
You sound far.
You sound far away?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. That's probably my headphone. But goddamn, boy, this is a happy day. This is a happy day in HBCU land. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We thought who they thought they were. we thought who we thought they were.
It's simple.
All this stuff we've been preaching this whole year. You guys ain't like that. You guys ain't like that. You got hit in the chin at FAMU. Oh, we still good. We waiting on their downfall.
I didn't write that. I didn't write that. Rocky wrote that.
I wrote that, but this is just a question I want to ask the people in the chat. Now that they have lost, can the HBCU community stop hating Jackson?
I'm not. I want to see him at the bottom of the totem pole. I want to see him, but I want to see him below Valley. Yeah, I want them Bama's to be. Listen, there's nothing better than coming with all the festivities and all the big stuff that they got, and you losing on your homecoming.
Yeah,
it's nothing better. That's like okay. You know what? Let me give you an example. It's like when Mufasa took Simba up to the rock. It's like whatever the light touches is yours, and then when he gets into the nitty-gritty, everything is dead. You're like, yo, this is what you giving me? This is what you got? So that's what happened at homecoming. They take you all the way to the top, all the way to the pinnacle, and they drop you right on homecoming. Stop playing me. Go ahead, Bridges.
Dude, Scotty, I'll put another example. You know when SpongeBob was about to move because the house was going and Squidward was turning the hell up.
Yeah.
That's how we doing tonight. We turning the hell up because y'all goddamn lost. And yeah, so we want y'all bottom of the totem pole because we want y'all to humble y'all. Because all of this time I've been talking so much trash. And the idea here, it still was trash talking. Y'all knew y'all wasn't that team like that. And now it happened again. So humble yourselves.
Yep.
Please do.
Absolutely.
Please humble, like the Bible, humble yourself and pray.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate the call, though, Bridges.
All right, please.
Do you think this is enough for the I Love fan base to have the reality check that will end the illusion that they have been experiencing over the last 3 years?
Hey, Jaron, let me know what that score is at Tennessee State. All they going to do is keep saying, well, the last 2 years. I kept telling y'all, I told y'all, week in and week out, that it was Dion was David Ruffin and you Bamas were the Temptations. And I kept telling you, once he leaves, you ain't it. And it was what?
But it was just my imagination once again, running away with me.
It was just your imagination. Let me take another caller. 1544 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, Scotty, man, I'm from Bella State. I just got one thing to say.
Talk to me.
He is sweat, baby.
Baby? Who is? Who is? Slice. Oh!
if I ain't swag. JB coming to you. Don't bring me no Bethune-Cookman mess. I don't want to hear nothing about no Lil Bill.
Oh no, bro, I'm done with that, man. This message is for the Primate Nation out there. Okay. First of all, y'all really need to stop. This whole thing about, okay, well, the HBCU stuff is dead. Please stop that BS. Okay, first of all, y'all were irrelevant before he showed up. That's number one. Number two, you know, well, y'all mad about Deion taking all of his guys with him. That is what coaches do when they get new jobs. So obviously, y'all are obviously new to how college football works. When a coach takes a new job, players transfer to follow that new coach. Coaches, assistant coaches leave to follow that new coach. He was under no obligation to leave y'all anything in the cupboard. But what y'all should have been doing is what Scotty and other folks tried to tell you, is that you should have been trying to actually learn from him and see what he was doing, not following the spotlights, not following all the hype, all the glamour and everything. Y'all were so caught up on the shake and the sizzle instead of the business sense that was happening. He had no reason to leave you anything. Y'all were unprepared because y'all thought y'all was going to say it forever, because y'all ass crowds were talking about stuff. We want Bama in 4 years. We're going to Conference USA. All that craziness y'all was talking when he was there.
Come on.
And y'all had no plan to do something simple as raising your athletic budget $12 or $15 million. But y'all taking on these other things y'all keep smoking on. You were never going to be there like that. Never was. Because you were concerned about the wrong things in the beginning. Matter of fact, this run that y'all were on, that y'all had, wasn't even the best in JSU's history. So what history stuff was going on? Nothing was.
Well, sir, I got an issue with a couple things you said.
You have players drafted. Did that happen during Prime's term? Of course not.
One player got drafted. Bowden.
Yeah. But I'm talking like 4 straight years. That's folks call this the greatest run in the history of JSU athletics, which is laughable.
Oh, okay. Hey, hold on. Rocky got something to say. What's up, Rock? What's up, Rock?
So what I'm saying about Prime, though, you say it wasn't the greatest era, on the field, right? But in totality, if you take the media attention that was spotlighted on Jackson, along with the success that the program had, I don't think you can argue that there was a greater era in Jackson State football. Like, y'all were literally the toast of among the top brands of college football. Y'all were being mentioned along the lines of Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State. That's what Prime had put y'all at.
Whoa. Okay, Rocky, check this out, right? You're mentioning all these things. All that was because of media attention. Let me ask you something.
That's what I'm talking about. If you combine media attention with the success they had on the field, the Prime era was the platinum era of Jackson State football.
Winning SWAC games. So you go undefeated in the SWAC for 2 years. Okay, who else did you beat outside the conference besides?
They beat Campbell.
Y'all beat?
That's it.
Okay, so Campbell, who had 3 or 4 wins that year, that's who y'all beat. Struggled against the Division II team, no FBS wins. So what exactly happened? You cannot talk about the greatest of all time based upon media attention.
Facts.
Because you're seeing this here right now. If that stuff was as good as said it was, you wouldn't be losing games like this. You wouldn't have given up 70 points to schools like Texas because you would have had the infrastructure in place. But that's my point, though. You never put the infrastructure in place because y'all were so focused on the hype.
Prime was the infrastructure. What are you talking about?
If Prime was
about y'all actually winning games outside the SWAC. I'm talking about y'all actually doing real stuff besides bragging about his attention being there.
Hey,
attention and wins are 2 different things.
Hey, appreciate the call, JB. Listen, yes, you're right. Prime was the infrastructure. But then you can no longer, Jackson State can't keep the infrastructure if it's with Prime. So after Prime leaves,
that's what the performance today was all about, Scotty. As a primate, a guy like me was hoping the residual light that was left at Jackson State could shine bright enough on Jackson State so that Though it couldn't outshine FAMU, it could still outshine Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Grambling, Auto Southern, and it seems like that's not going to happen.
I feel like you're saying like Prime crawled so TT Taylor could run. Like that's what I feel like you're saying. Low key.
No. I don't think so, Scotty. I don't think you can put Prime and TC anywhere in the same sentence other than they coached at the same school, right? I'm saying Jackson State's name recognition and the platform that they were given was elevated, and I was hoping that in and of itself was enough that a guy like TC Taylor and his staff could build upon that, not make it greater, but use some of that to bolster their program. And for a while, I was hopeful.
You know, that's some good hope you got there. Coach Green, coming to you.
Yeah, I'd like to put in a call. Look for a missing person.
Who is the missing person for, Coach Green?
She Loves D.
Oh, did she end her live?
Okay. Haven't saw her live. Haven't saw her on Twitter, Instagram, nothing. She's really missing, so I think you might need to put in a call to Karen Stop.
1-800 find that Bama. That's what 1-800 find Bama. That's what we on.
Yeah, please find her. Please find her, man, because I'm worried, and I'm having a bad feeling. I don't know what it is. Somebody might need to call her.
Now, Coach Green, let me ask you this here. At what point? How low does Jackson State have to go before the combined effort of hatred on Jackson State will end?
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Well, he a Southern fan, so he ain't never. He ain't never.
No, but what I'm saying is he's been in the space long enough to know. Because Southern had a run at some point. Grambling had a run at some point. Alcorn had a run at some point. How long does it take to the resentment to fade away from a program to where everybody don't just collectively hate one school?
They did it to themselves. So they do all the talking. Nobody says nothing. They do all the talking. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's the issue. And
if I had $1 for every time somebody said the name Pete Richardson, I'd be able to buy lunch for 10 years.
But
so let me say this. Can they mention Prime?
How they talk about Pete Richardson is different for how they do that. You got to look at what they do. All you got to do is watch a bunch of Scottish shows and watch social media, and you'll see. It tells you everything you need to know.
Okay. Hey, appreciate the call, Coach Green. Let me see if I can make this quick call real quick.
I don't know. I know Jackson, maybe because I'm a Prime man, I don't look at it in the same vein that everybody else look at it. Man, they had a right. They had a right to talk noise. They went through the SWAC like a hot knife through butter.
Well,
I remember when SWAC.
Hey, Mike, what's going on, my boy?
We live?
Yeah, you on the channel. Yeah.
Answer the damn phone. Oh, I should have answered the phone.
What's going on, Mike?
Valley won, Mike. Valley did their thing, baby.
Nah, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about no secondary schools. We ain't talking about secondary schools today.
Oh, man. When it rains, it pours.
No, I thought it was 60,000 in unison, one accord. That. I thought that's what it was, Mike. What happened?
So right now, man, I'm dealing with turmoil right now. I'm still shock value going through my body right now. But I just need for y'all to pray for me. And after a couple of days, once I get my thoughts together, I have a state of the union for y'all.
Hey, Mike, as the Prime Mets are wondering, is the Prime era officially over at Jackson State?
Lost the game last night where they was up 29-0, and they ended up losing in overtime. So they going through some turmoil too. So, but
we waiting. He in the Delta, so it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's hard to get in touch with them members in the Delta. 5939 coming to you.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? What's going on? Right?
What's going on?
It's Matthew, proud Jackson State alumni. We got to take this L on the chin. It was very sloppy. Alabama State is not a good team offensively. They're good defensively, but you know what? I'm not worried about the program at all, Rocky. Let me tell you why.
Tell us.
Because we are trying to become, and Scotty don't talk about this as much anymore, but we're trying to become the next North Dakota State or South Dakota State.
Shit. Boy, if the loser was a drug, you are selling it. What? Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. Apologies.
No, good. I mean, we are trying to comprehensively build a program. That's why we hire Prime. That's why we hire PC. That's why we're still recruiting at an elite level from the FCS standpoint. We're building our facilities up. We're going to recruit the state of Mississippi. Very good. We're going to be competitive with University of Stolen Money University. We're in a good place. And no, we're not as dominant as we were the last 2 years, but we're still in a good place, and we're building a program. You feel? We're not trying to be a flash in the pan program led by a motivational speaker anymore. You feel me?
Now let me ask you this: do you think that motivational speaker? You think that motivational speaker would have lost that game?
No.
So do you think you might need that motivational speaker right now?
Damian Stoudemire got cooked last night. Go watch the game. He got cooked. David Stoudemire got cooked last night.
Is he the motivational speaker? I'm confused. Was it Stoudemire the motivational speaker, or was Prime?
Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead, brother.
So this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what y'all saying, because I don't understand why people hate Jackson State fans. But what you just said was ridiculous. You guys only have the program you have and the status you have now because of prime time Deion Sanders.
I disagree. If Jackson is 2.5 hours south of Memphis, we're 2.5 hours north of New Orleans,
and
we're 5 hours west of Dallas.
And you lost to Bama State. It didn't help you.
You were 3-8 before the year before Prime got there.
I get that. I still hire Prime. No, come on, y'all. Y'all got to get
No. Okay, so let me say this.
Yep.
So you're saying Prime didn't create the vision and the aspiration. Y'all had the vision and the aspiration before Prime arrived?
No. Okay, I get what you're saying, Rocky. You're right. We're not going to jump before Prime to a program like North Dakota State and South Dakota State. My point is, Rocky and Scotty, you got to start somewhere. If we're kind of close.
It sounds like you're trying to spin. What I asked you was Prime, let me ask you this. Was Prime a strategic move that you made to obtain your own vision that y'all had for y'all program? Or
absolutely,
did Prime give y'all a vision and an aspiration?
Absolutely. Well, I say absolutely because at one time, I'm gonna go back to two coaches prior, right? Who were finalists? Jerry Mack, T.C. Taylor, and I'm sorry, one other individual. There were 3 finalists, and then we did not choose Jerry Mack. We did not choose T.C. Taylor. We chose the other person. So I see what you're saying, but you also have to give us credit because when we didn't hire Jerry Mack, who went to the MEAC and won a championship, you feel me? When we didn't hire T.C. Taylor, who went to the MEAC and won a championship
as a coordinator. Yeah, as a
our
coordinator.
program suffered.
Oh, okay. So now that you brought T.C. Taylor back and you lost to Bama State on your homecoming, where we go from here?
This is the first season, right? It's first season. I still think we're going to finish the season with a winning record, right?
Okay.
And you're right. This loss hurts. We probably can't even sniff the FCS playoff.
Oh no,
you're right. If
that wouldn't even happen.
FAMU keeps dominating, they're going to be in the SWAC championship.
Okay.
But are we not going to recruit the state of Mississippi? Goodness, are we not going to try to Jackson State? The Jackson State by 40 just isn't a slogan. We actually trying to raise money.
You just lost by 5. You talk about Jackson State by 40 is just a slogan. I'm confused. Like
no. I'm talking about the initiative that we're doing to raise money.
Oh,
we're not just out here. Like we are out here trying to become the best FCS football program that we can become. And I think given everything that we have, given where our geographical location, given what Dion has done for us, I think sky is the limit. That's my only point.
Listen, the sky. Let me tell you this: the sky is not the limit. Let me help you out. The sky is not the limit. Your limit is just as high as a dorm room ceiling. It's not very high. I don't know what you've been thinking. I don't know what you've been smoking, but North Dakota State should be the farthest thing out of your memory. You should just be one. Do you just want to go to another SWAC championship? That should be your goal and mentality. If you're being honest, it's just to get back to another SWAC championship. Because I'm going to be here today and tell you this: if you can't beat Alabama State for homecoming, I don't see much happening. Thank you. Call again. That is just absolutely asinine to me.
Let me remind you, Jackson State fans, something before y'all get to talking about what y'all were before Prime got here, right? Y'all just lost to Alabama State. And again, I'm a Prime Ed and Jackson State fan. I've been supporting Jackson State. I hope they had won today. But at the end of the day, man, y'all lost to a school that lost to a Division II school.
Come on, Rocky.
I want you, because I want you to accept where you are so you can appreciate where you were, right? I want you to acknowledge Prime transformed y'all's program. He gave y'all a profile that y'all had never seen before. He elevated your program to where it was being mentioned with Ohio State, Michigan, the blue bloods of college football, and that wasn't even thought of before Prime arrived in Jackson, Mississippi. I think for you guys to really reach whatever your full potential is, at some point you're going to have to accept what Dion did for the school and the program and give him his proper thanks. Because if you don't, what you're living in now could be your reality for a long time.
Thank you, Rocky. Let me I got to do a quick Instagram story. Hey guys, on my Instagram, we are currently live right now. I'm looking for a Jason Gibson. If you know a Jason Gibson, a very prominent JSU alum who loves to call me out when he wins, but goes missing when he loses. Just wanted to know if he's here. We're here live. Me, Rocky, the people in the fans. So make sure you tune in, Jason. On my Instagram, we are currently live right now. I'm looking for a Jason Gibson. If you know a Jason Gibson, a very prominent JSU alum who loves to call me out. All right, 7607 coming to you, and then 4718 coming to you. What's up, caller? You live?
Hey, Scott, do I sound clear?
What's up?
Do I sound clear? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm a Jackson alumni. I went to Jackson State back. I started in 2016, and I graduated in 2020.
Okay.
So I remember the years before Prime, and so I'm gonna say like this, man. As fans and alumni, we gotta stop looking for credit because yeah, you look like Rocky was saying. If we keep trying to look for credit and stuff like that, or give credit when it's due, it's gonna be a long time before we back on track with anything. So I guess my question I had was, if TC Taylor sits with Jason Brown the rest of the year, and does that spell doom for our program for the rest of his tenure at Jack State?
I think.
I guess it would be like a doom 2.0.
I think that would be the biggest mistake of TC Taylor's career if he continues to ride the team with Jason Brown, because you are no longer in the SWAC championship race. I do not care what you're talking about. You need to find out. And me and Rocky talked about it during the game. You have to find out what's in your quarterback room. Have to figure it out. Have to find out where all this is and where it's going. So to me, you have to go with either Zy McDonald or Jacobian Morgan to figure out what your future is, because Jason Brown's not it.
And also, Scotty, I think TC Taylor is in a position where he needs to also figure out what his offensive strategy and style is going to be. I think he got Jason Brown really to do some of the things that Shedeur did when he was at Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most effective quarterbacks in the SWAC are dual threat quarterbacks with the ability to pass, but truly are run dominant. That's what I believe is the most effective quarterbacks in the SWAC. You know, when you think about the guys who, you know, I mean, because normally you're not going to get a refined passer at the FCS level out of the box. You're not going to be able to get somebody who is already a refined passer at the FCS level. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to develop somebody. And I always think that passing is such a specialty. You know, you need, if you don't have a guy who can really develop quarterbacks, you're better off with a
Rocky just fell off. He probably got to fix his stuff. Hey man, any other questions before I let you go?
Yeah, so one more question. So I remember, a while back when during our Orange Blossom Classic, where you did a show, and you said you talked to the FAMU players, and he said that the JSU scheme was garbage. He said we had a bad scheme. Have you heard? I guess, has it changed? Have other people told you that as well? Has the scheme improved in your opinion, or is it still simple and easily picked apart?
The thing that I never liked about Jackson, and this is their defensive scheme. I'm not talking about offensively. I think offensively they're limited as well, but you just know that they're a run-first team. Defensively, what I've seen inside their scheme is that their DNs, and I had a whole conversation with Bishop Bonnet about it. He was breaking it down to me, and he was like, the DNs don't play on the outside, they play on the inside, so it's easy to get leverage on them, and the linebackers rarely shift. If you ever watch Jackson State's linebackers in motion, they don't really shift or kick out or do those things. So it's easy to out leverage them. I don't understand why a lot of OCs haven't figured that out, maybe doing sweeps or doing like motion inside and doing crackbacks on the linebackers and things like that to get out leverage on those sides. But to me, I do think that there's fundamental issues defensively with your scheme, and then I think some of the players that you have just haven't been showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a bit of both.
Okay. Thanks, Scott. I became a member today.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, man. Appreciate the call. 4718 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Scott, what's going on?
I'm good. What's goody?
Man, I told you Alabama State was gonna come in there and sneak it out. A couple points off when Jackson going, but I mean, you just got to look at it. You can only skate by with bad QB play for so long. And it came back and bit him in the ass. Jason Brown is not the answer. I don't see why they're not giving Morgan any, chances. Every time he comes in, he's just the option to run.
Mm-hmm.
You don't ever see him passing, and it looks like they just went on away from Zy McDonald. So clearly, it looks like just TC is going to, ride it down with Jason Brown, which he can do that. But I mean, at the end of the day, Jason Brown just trying to get his NCAA pension at the end of the year.
Facts.
So I mean, they out of the SWAC race for championship. That's it. And playoffs, don't even think about it. So right now, all they can do is evaluate what they got and try to get better and move on for next year. But that really starts with now you understand where your weakness is at, and it's at quarterback. So that's what he's got to move forward from now. That's all I got, man.
No, appreciate it, man. Absolutely agree with you. Appreciate the call. Listen, if you look at the stat line, this is an absolute atrocious stat line by Jackson State. They put up 400 yards of total offense and only got 19 points. I want y'all to think about that, right? You have 410 total yards of total offense, and you can only put up 19 points. That's just sad. That is absolutely sad. FAMU KJ, coming to you.
All right. What's up, Scotty?
What's good, man? Talk to me.
All right. Hey, man. Hey, Rattlers are officially East champs.
Yes, sir.
Let me just say this much, man. Just looking at that game with ASU and JSU. Now, we talked last week, and I was just telling you about just the competition, play calling, those kind of different things. Do you still feel, because I saw your frustration with how things were going on with ASU and how the game was played, missed catches, and I mean, good, decent play calling, but do you feel now, if you're playing against that type of competition week in and week out, that you can now step outside of that and compete against teams that are disciplined, not giving you first downs by jumping off sides, all those kind of different things? Can you then step outside of that and compete on a high level for 60 minutes of football because you've been geared to be playing against this type of competition? Let me hear your response.
Listen, I want to say you can, right? Because I'll give you this. If you would have told me after the Miles game that Alabama State could come in here and beat Jackson State, you'd be like, Scotty, how do you, I don't believe it. I can't see it. They lost to a D2 team. So it is all about getting up for your opponent, right? Like the Alabama A&M and the victory over Grambling. Grambling should have beat Alabama A&M. They're the better team, but they did not. Jackson State should have beat Alabama State. They're the better team, but styles make fights. And I really believe that certain times in certain football games is just that it's like a boxer with a strong chin, right? Your Jackson State is used to doing knockout punches. Alabama State has a strong chin. So you got to keep chopping at them and they're going to keep attacking you, right? And I just think with certain teams, it can't always be just the competition. It has to be, are you going to play towards the team that you're playing against? Are you up for this game? Like Alabama State and Jackson State, they got history, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff in there's a lot of variables in it. So I think you have to add some of that stuff into it as well.
Okay. It just blows my mind, man, when I'm sitting there looking and I'm seeing someone, you get a turnover and you get the ball at midfield. It's 3rd and 7, and the guy runs the football, man.
No, yeah, the I formation. Yeah, the I formation, 3rd and 7.
Up, man.
Yeah, that was just absolutely atrocious.
Make that stuff up, man. And it's just like I don't know, man. It's just like I said, I'm happy for family. I just hope that I think we're going to step up a lot of our competition for out of conference play over the next 2 years. We're going to be playing Miami and Florida and even Georgia, from that point. But it's just sometimes, man, the SWAC play, man, it's hard to imagine, man. But shout out to the Rattlers. Hey, man, I hope. One last question.
What's up?
With this now being clinched, what do you do? Do you continue to play your guys hard, or do you kind of go like, man,
no, negative,
you risk injury?
Negative. You play it like you don't. You play it like you haven't won anything. You play it like you haven't won anything, because you need to be playing your best football at the end of the season, right? So you can't, I'm gonna rest this guy and I'm gonna rest this guy. No. Now, if you see, because you don't want to take a bad loss and that messes up the flow you play it as if you don't have anything to lose, right? Even in the Florida Classic, I'm not sitting anybody out.
That's what, man. No, I disagree with that. You cannot go in there and risk Musa getting hurt. And because if he goes down, that's a wrap, man.
No, it's not.
You've gotten that far, and you're going to go into the SWAC championship game possibly at home without Musa.
I disagree.
Nah,
I disagree because I'm not going. First of all, I'm not going to give Bethune. Now, if let's be very clear. If you're up 35-7. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and it's like the third quarter or fourth quarter. I get you. Sit Musa, put the backup in. But I'm not going into the game playing my backup. That's a negative. I'm going into the game and I'm playing Musa because it doesn't matter if it's Bethune-Cookman, doesn't matter if it's PV, doesn't matter if it's UA, whoever you playing, Valley, whatever. You have a chance of injury on every single play so that you can't coach like that. I'm going to coach my team and I'm going to coach them hard. And I'm going to coach them as if we haven't won anything because technically you have not. So unless the game gets out of hand where it's 45 or 28-3 or 28-10, and it's like the fourth quarter, and you're like, hey, we got this, we good. Okay, I'm gonna put Junior in. Cool, I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that. But I'm not going into that game. We've won the SWAC East, and I'm sitting my starters. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's like the NFL playoffs. I'm not doing that.
All right, yeah. I just saw some years ago, man. I saw Cookman. This might have been like early 2000s, something like that. They had an undefeated team going to the playoffs, and we're going to be hosting a game, and their star quarterback played against us, got hurt, and another guy got hurt, and they pretty much lost everything. Undefeated. And they were a juggernaut. And that coach, I think it was Brian Jenkins, and he said that if he could do it all over again, he never would have, even when it was being the Florida Classic, he never would have done that, man, because it killed everything. Well, I can say everybody can say what they want to, man, but we haven't won anything. Yeah, okay, East Championship, but SWAC Championship and a Celebration Bowl, you got to give yourself a chance to win, man. I get what you're saying, but give yourself a chance to at least to win. Hey, if we don't have Musa at quarterback,
I disagree. I like Junior. Listen, man. I don't think. You're not to me.
Scotty, listen, I'm telling you, I've seen enough of practice. He's not ready. I can tell you once he's not ready. That's why Willie, believe me, if he was ready, Willie would have gone with it. But he's not ready. He's not. So that's so anybody talking about material.
Junior, just call it Junior.
He's not ready.
Call it Junior. Yeah, just Junior.
He's not ready, man. So it's Musa or nothing. I don't know. People talking their second string. He's not ready.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but
so it's definitely Musa, man.
I appreciate the call, FAMU KJ. Mr. Benjamin, coming to you. What's up, Mr. Benjamin?
Good evening, Scotty. How you doing? God bless you and your family, and happy birthday to your wife and everything. I hope all is well.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I have just a couple of things. Number one, because Eddie Robinson Jr. won this, do you think that his job is secure even if he would lose the Magic City Classic?
Negative.
This year?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
Negative. Now he got some grace with this one. Okay, he got some grace with this one. So I'm not going to fake like he don't got no grace with this one. This is a big win for the program. But that Magic City Classic means everything to Alabama schools. You cannot go into that game. First of all, you better not see Demetrius Davis at all. Now I'm not saying Damon Stewart had the best of game. I'm not saying that because he effed it up. He effed it up some. But because this game should have been a runaway with Alabama State, for being honest. But you can't go back to Demetrius Davis. That's just me personally. You cannot make that happen. But if you lose that Magic City Classic, back on the hot seat. Right back on the hot seat. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And my final question is, how are you feeling seeing that both Colorado and JSU have been defeated today? I just want to hear your opinion.
Man, man, I feel like I don't know if you ever seen that movie like Two Can Play That Game, where Morris Chestnut comes out after arguing with the girl, and he's like, "Man, I felt so good. I just felt like jogging." Like, that's how I feel right now. I feel so good. I'm telling you. My wife for my birthday, she can get whatever she wants. Now, she probably ain't gonna ask everything, but she get whatever she wants. I'm good. Card open, everything. We Gucci out here. I'm feeling pretty darn good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna be tuning in to all your shows next week. Y'all be blessed.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Hey, Mr. Campbell, coming to you.
Okay, man. Listen, I'm not calling it profound. We have not won the East yet. There are 4 conference games left. And see, I don't want none of that. FAMU, we ain't won shit. Okay? We got 4 more conference games. And these boys need to stay focused and have the record of 11-1 and get to that sweat and get to that celebration bowl. We don't need to be benching nobody and taking the foot off the gas because this team has not even played a consistent game yet. We have not played a one game where we have consistently played from 0 to 60. So we need to cut all that out, Rattlers. Cut that out. Because we have not clinched. So I just want to let y'all know that. So we could lose to Alabama A&M. They played well today. That's going to be a real game. We got to play Prairie View homecoming. And Bethune-Cookman is going to be sitting up there trying to spoil something. So, no, I want us to win every conference game, be undefeated in the conference so we can show what we've been. And Willie is owed that. Willie is owed that from the fans and from the team. So, no, we have not clinched anything. So I want people to say, oh, we won it. No. That's a bad loss for Jack State. But we haven't clinched anything. So I want to be really clear on that. Because, like I say, this is where we get that arrogance. I don't want none of our players think they clinched. Y'all ain't clinched nothing. So you go in and handle your business against Texas Southern, beat they behinds. Play Lincoln, beat they behinds. Homecoming, because listen what happened to homecoming. We had 3 teams lose at homecoming today.
Yeah.
So look at that. So everybody, it's homecoming, everybody. And look at everybody looking like a fool. So FAMU, you better make sure you got to stay focused. Because I'm about winning a championship. And I don't want no 8-3 record. I don't want no 9-2. I want us to be undefeated with 1 loss to that FBS team, and we rolling there. Because I tell you what, if we see Central, we better have that chip on our shoulder. Because them boys going to come ready to defend their title. So we don't need to be sitting nobody there. We ain't even played a complete game, Scotty. I won the whole season. Would you not agree?
I agree. I'm in full agreements of that. Full agreements of that.
Hey, Bishop Campbell.
Yes, sir.
I know you don't want to count your is it count your chickens or count your eggs before? You know what I'm talking about.
Before you hatch.
I know that.
Count your chickens before your eggs are hatched. That's what it is. Count your chickens before your eggs are hatched. That's what it is.
Yeah. But you have to understand why we're doing that, right? You have to understand that I'm just talking about the SWAC championship game. Have no idea what's gonna happen when y'all get, but I'm saying in order for y'all not to be in the game, the whole state of Florida had to break apart from the United States and float off into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Well, Rocky, let me give you one better. Okay, I'm gonna play it the other way. We got to keep winning so we can host the damn game.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because what is Southern runs the table. Okay, let's play this game like everybody's saying. We lose 2 games, right? Or lose a third or whatever. Just whatever. And for some kind of way, we're 1 game behind Southern. Then we got to go back down to Baton Rouge. See, that's what I'm trying to say. People don't even know how this thing even works. We have to keep winning to host the SWAC championship game.
But y'all
so look, I tell you what, how many losses does Prairie View have in the conference right now? Just real quick. Does anybody know?
One.
Huh?
One.
Okay, let's play this game out, right? Prairie View runs the table. And they beat us for homecoming, right? And that's the only game we lost on our side.
You got the head-to-head.
Guess who hosts the
they got the
championship game?
Yeah, they have the head-to-head, so yeah, they will get it.
They would have the head-to-head.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you all don't know what you're talking about. And I'm saying this respectfully to all my rattlers. Shut that down. Because you don't even know how the thing even works. I just proved it to you. We could lose 1 game and not even host the SWAC championship game.
So
if Prairie View runs the table.
So Bishop County, do you think there's a chance that your fan base can get complacent and try to take these wins that y'all have coming up for granted
doesn't really mean anything
and lose interest?
The fan base don't really mean that. It's the team.
Yeah, it's the football. But no, but let me answer Rocky's question. So there's this topic of brag. Yeah, Rattlers are arrogant. We were arrogant when we were 1-10. Absolutely. But what I'm saying is I don't want none of that. Well, fake national championship. We could have won, but we want probation. I don't want none of that. For Willie's legacy, and I'm talking about somebody I have known since he was at Clemson. For my coach legacy, I want him to have a great one, the best season ever in FAMU history. And I don't want to have no 3 losses, 2 losses, and I damn sure don't want to take a chance of playing that SWAC championship game on the road. You don't want to take that
I
chance.
understand.
Because I'm even trying to think, and somebody of my SWAC people, I'm trying to think of, has anybody actually lost that game when they've hosted it? I don't think so. I think everybody that's hosted that game has actually won it. You know, if it's been home and home, because I can't remember. Because I don't remember Southern hosting it and losing it. I think they always had to go to Alcorn.
Yeah, they always had to go to Alcorn.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. We talk about, oh, we shut it down. Bro, we got to keep playing. We got to keep playing. And that's the only reason why I wanted to call in here, because, you know, and this is respect to all my relatives, but you guys got to understand how the records are laid out and everything. We got Prairie View. That's what I'm saying. That Prairie View game now it's 2 games that are really big for us. That A&M game and that Prairie View game. Because A&M, quiet as kept, has only got 2 losses in the conference. Okay? They beat up. Okay, here's another way this plays out. We lose to Prairie View. We lose to A&M. A&M wins the conference if they win out. They win the East. You see what I'm saying? It's too many variables for us to keep talking about. We wrapped this thing up. We ain't wrapped up shit. So I just want everybody to pump the brakes on that and everything. So Scott, like I said, I'll let you, like, great show and everything, but you know that we got a hell of a crime report and we got a hell of credit. We got a crime report coming Monday. That's gonna be extra special, and we doggone sure Wednesday. So that Sanderson Farm phone has been ringing all night long. I ain't gonna even answer it.
Hey,
I'm just gonna let it go to voicemail.
Should Mike go ahead and hire that credit repair service?
Rocky, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but that ain't going to, you know what? That ain't going to be enough. That ain't going to be enough. I'm just letting you know.
So he ain't going to be able to go to creditrepair.com and fix what y'all going to do to his report?
You want to make sure you listen to Wednesday show. That's all I'm saying. You want to make sure, and you probably want to make sure you listen to Monday show, because I got something pretty cooked up pretty good for that too. Because, you know, hey man, that crime report, you know, I got a home office down there in Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I got deputies down there. It's a lot of 911 calls that I just got. So I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all better be ready.
Hey, Bishop Campbell, last question. I got one question. When is the last time FAMU won a conference championship?
I hung up. I'm a bad. I think it was like 2000 or something. Yeah, I think it was. They probably tell you in the chat. 85. Let me do this real quick. Also, once again, lady of the house birthday 2010. Thanks, Mr. Campbell. Lady house of the birthday is tomorrow. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. Key, you already know. Like, please hit her up in the Cash App, $AQUYLA, $AQUYLA, $. You already know what it is.
Hey, it's some lady on Cash App with the same first name she got, but her name is McGee. So I sent her a request, and so if she give me anything,
oh man, hey, 8572 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Sky? Into your partner over there. I'm calling back, man. Hey, my question, man. Now, I'm hearing all the Florida A&M people thinking, but when the last time the SWAC won the Heritage Bowl?
When time the what?
When's the last time the SWAC won the Heritage Bowl?
Black
National Championship.
It's called a Celebration Bowl now, and that would be back in 2015, 2016 when Grambling won it, or 2016 when Grambling won it.
Okay. Because the reason why I'm asking, because last year's team, man, when Jackson got down there, that North Carolina, man, they ran that ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a guy getting stiffed on him so bad and to the sideline, man. It was unbelievable. You remember that picture?
Yeah, that was with Cam got stiff armed by Mookie.
Man, I still got that. I still got that picture, man. I think I'm gonna retweet that. But before I get off, man, what? I don't know. See, I'm
Lord have mercy. All right, caller, you live. What's good?
Hey, Scotty, what's up? It's Musa.
What's up, Musa? Talk to me.
I'm just calling in out of.
Is this the blind Musa?
You said what?
Is this the blind Musa?
No, I can see.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go ahead.
But yeah, it's just why can't Grambling finish, man? Like, I mean, I know our secondary, our defense sucked, but what do y'all see from an outside perspective? Like, can it be fixed this year, or is it just pretty much a wrap?
No, it's a wrap. Like, you are what you are after this. After going this far, I gotta let you go too, because I ain't trying.
Yeah, that feedback shit is getting on my nerves.
I ain't trying to talk about Grambling. But the thing about it is, man, like, if you're a Grambling fan, like, I told you your defense was trash. I told you that. And the thing that kills Grambling is mobile quarterbacks. If you go back and watch any of the games that they lost, mobile quarterbacks kill Grambling because of the style of play that they do. The Hampton game, A&M. Like, if you got a mobile quarterback, it's going to be problems for Grambling. And I had a lot of Grambling fans. They came at me against the Alcorn. Oh, Scotty, the defense isn't a problem. Bull crap. The defense is trash. And Hugh Jackson is letting somebody slip his season away because he don't want to fire his ass. They suck. Defenses suck. Trash. Point blank period. So if you're a Grambling fan, take that with you. You know what I'm saying?
Scotty, it's amazing, Scotty, how many times that you're right. And I always think you're a little premature in your assessment. You know what I mean? Like your assessment of Jason Brown, and then your assessment of Grambling's defensive coordinator. You said this very early in the season, like I want to say game 1, right? And it's amazing to me that you now, but is Hugh Jackson in a situation where he feel like he can't improve his defense by firing his coordinator? You know, who leads his defense if he fires his guy? You know?
Listen, I don't know all the situations because I didn't watch the Grambling game, but I know Miles Crawley had probably 2 or 3 turnovers by himself. That's inexcusable, right? It's inexcusable. No matter how good Miles Crawley is, the biggest thing, like the thing you say about Jason Brown, is that he doesn't do what?
Make mistakes.
He doesn't turn the ball over. He does not turn the ball over, right? So you can't have a high-powered offense with your quarterback forcing passes, fumbling the ball, and putting you in position. Like, and listen, I know Mr. Campbell got on here and had his whole rant, right? FAMU and Alabama A&M are not in the same class. They're not. A&M is not that good, okay? That's point blank period. They are not. Their defense is ass outside of the front 7, right? But you got a situation when it comes to, like, my issue the issue that I see when I watch Grambling. One, the defense is absolutely ass. Second of all, is you're asking Miles Crawley is a gambler, right? And with a gambler, what do you have to do? I have to manage the money that I give you. I can't keep giving you $100 and expect you to always come back with a jackpot, because you're gonna come back home with no money. So with Miles Crawley, you have to manage the game for him, because he's not there yet to understand, I don't need to make that throw. I don't need to take that chance. I don't need to take that shot. I don't need to force that pass. So what you have to do is you have to limit him and rein him in. Hey, listen, let's hit the check now. And let's just do this. Let's keep it nice and easy. But what makes it even worse is that you don't have a defense that helps you on the back end. So it's like a catch-22. So if you ask Grambling to be conservative, or if you ask Grambling to not push the ball down the field and they don't score, well, now the defense ain't gonna do no help. The defense ain't gonna do no help. So it's a loss this season for Grambling. And I said their offense is really great, but their defense is really bad, and they're not going to win anything because they don't play complimentary football. They just don't.
I mean, luckily they are in the West, Scotty, and so they got their hope is not all lost but by losing to Alabama A&M. It's just very difficult at this point, and they're gonna need a lot of help in order to win, having already lost to Alcorn. But I want to talk about this Jackson State game because
let me get the stats for you. Go ahead. Hold on.
Yeah, a guy passed for 91 yards. You respectably held them to 150 yards rushing, and you lost the game. I don't know. I don't know if I just don't get it. You almost ran for 200 yards. You threw for almost 250. Come on, man. I don't see how y'all lost this game. Like, looking at statistically,
they should have blew them out.
Yes.
Should have blew them out. The turnovers, man. The turnovers.
Yeah.
The turnovers were huge. And think about it. It goes both ways, right? Imagine if Alabama State didn't turn the ball over. Now imagine how many points they would at least had about 6 points. Add 2 field goals. They might not have scored touchdowns, but they had 2 field goals. You know what I'm saying? And you can say the same thing about Jackson if they didn't turn the ball over in positive field. You know what I'm saying? So,
again, turnovers to me were a wash. You know what I mean? They were a wash. They got 2 turnovers via interception, and that punt that went 6 yards, which is effectively.
Oh my God, Lord have mercy. You're absolutely right. That punt was just atrocious.
And but still you lost the game. So, okay, so Scotty, the impact of this loss and mainly to the esteem of the program, to the self-esteem of the fan base, is there a way for them what do they salvage from this game, Scotty? And I don't mean, I just mean from a standpoint of what can they salvage from them game as far as where their program is going and what does it mean for their program losing on homecoming to Alabama State 24-19
I don't
and
think
everything.
If I'm being honest, there's nothing you can salvage because if you're going off the hype of what Jackson State fans believed is that they were supposed to be back in the SWAC championship. They were supposed to be back in the Celebration Bowl. Now they might change that on you. They might act like that's not what they said, or that's not what we just wanted a competitive. And I said it. I said anything over 6 wins for a first-year head coach, that's a good season. I said that's a good season. And people was like, no, we're looking for SWAC championship. We're looking for Celebration Bowl. So to me, there's nothing to salvage because you've missed all your marks. You missed all your marks. You had the number one. See, you can't. The thing for me, Rocky, is this. You can't come into the season with all this hype. Number 1 FCS class. We got this. We got that. Starting the A, finishing the A. We won the MEAC SWAC challenge. We doing this. We doing that. FAMU better not slip up. I knew they would. Once they lost to FAMU, I knew the season was over. Because I knew they could be gotten. They're not a scary team. Right? You could see it playing against FAMU. I'm like, this ain't the And I even said it when they beat South Carolina State. I said this team doesn't scare me. And people was arguing me back and forth. I said Jason Brown is not it. I can tell by the way he throws the ball, how the game came to him. Let me ask you a good question, Rocky. When's the last time you seen them go tempo?
At the end of the game.
Now, this was supposed to be the all-renowned, fast, we go in tempo, we go in 100 miles per hour. I haven't seen it since South Carolina State and a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, but you also, I'm being honest with you, man, they got exposed by FAMU. Their wide receiver in their passing game got exposed by FAMU, right? And I think they discovered something in Irv Mulligan. And I don't think that was a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But today, when you lost Irv, you should have switched gears immediately. And they didn't. They tried to execute the game plan with Moultrie and those other and a few other guys. And as much as those guys were effective at times, they just couldn't punch it in the end zone with those other guys. And
Mhm.
so again, this one hurts. In my opinion, this one hurts your self-esteem. This one hurts the fan base. This one looks bad on TC in the program. But if you weren't keeping score, you won the game on every other aspect other than the scoreboard. And to me, those are the games that hurt the worst,
Yeah.
right? When you knew you should, when Alabama State was exactly who you thought they were, and you still lost the game. You know what I mean? Like, you knew they were going to be tough defensively. You knew they were going to be inept offensively, and you still lost the game. Those hurt. And I just, but again, I'm a self-admitted Primate, Jackson State supporter, and I just want the program to be able to recover this and get some of that momentum back. And I don't know, but honestly, Scotty, I don't know if they can after this.
No, listen, there is. Okay, I think the only momentum that I think and that we talked about during the game is seeing a Jacoby Morgan, and you're like, whoa, like you like if let's say he plays next week, right? Let's say you sit Jason, you play Jacoby, and you see what he can do, and you see him work, and you're like, oh man, like where is this? Now you have something to look forward to next year. Now you have something to build on. Now you can mold that offense and be like, okay, we can do this. We see this. We have that. Now when you're bringing in players, you can show players, hey, we can go over their head. We're looking for big time receivers or whatever. But listen, I'm going to keep telling all y'all, when I do my transfer evaluations and I tell you that guy ain't it, and this guy ain't never played, and you guys and you let the She Love Crazy and Zoe and Ken, you let all these guys hype your head up when I'm showing you film. I told you Duke Miller wasn't that guy. He never played where he was at. Right? The D lineman that they brought from Colorado hasn't seen the field. I told you he wasn't that guy. The DBs that they got, they hit or miss. I told you I wanted to see more from Seven McGee before I crowned him. Before everybody, you had Zoe and all them boys talking about, oh, Seven McGee is our hidden weapon, and he this and he that, weapon X. The only person from that transfer portal that is like a stud is Irv Mulligan and Isaac Peppers. And Isaac Peppers is like, he's good, but he ain't like a stud, right? The guy you got from Delaware State that y'all ranting and raving about, Esias Guthrie, average. And what has he done? Tell me, what has he done? Nothing. Let me know if he's an all-SWAC player. Nada. So at the end of the day, I'll give you Jaheim Hazel. I'll give you that one. All right, whatever. I'll give you that one. But most of the players you've missed on. You've missed on a lot of players in the portal. And it's okay to say you missed. But I'm keep trying to tell y'all believing in this hype machine that players you got to see it on the field. You got to see how it looks on the field before you can just say, hey, this guy is going to be this, and hey, this guy is going to be that. And I told you it's all going to come out in the wash, and it is. And when I tell you that this team is not special, it's not. When I tell you this team is boring and they're not scary, they're not. And that's why they're not in my Power 5. Go ahead, Rock.
So Scotty, so I got fooled in this. I ain't gonna even lie, because I thought they were better than this. And I guess I should have paid attention to the Bethune-Cookman game a little closer. I should have. Because if you pay attention to that game, it may have given me some indication that they weren't capable of blowing out a team. Now what you got is you coming off of real deflating win. Alabama State beats you. Now you have to go play Valley. and Valley has confidence.
Man.
Valley has, some momentum. And you could be in a dogfight with Valley. And in a dogfight, do you really want to be in a dogfight with your little brother? I don't know. I hope TC Taylor finds a way to get his guys motivated and focused and back on track. Because if he doesn't, Valley has their swagger back.
Boy.
They got Valley has their swagger back. And we'll see.
It is what it is, man, and it's going to be tough. And he called in early. He says, "Can Alabama State say they're recruiting on the same? You're not recruiting on the same level." See, this is the dumb stuff that you hear from JSU fans and act like they know what they're talking about. You're not on their level. You can't even be competitive with none of these teams. So how are you recruiting on the same level as them? You just lost to an Alabama State who ain't recruiting on that level. They didn't have the number 1 FCS class.
Man, and let me say this, Scotty, at this level, at the FCS level, you not recruiting any players without any flies. Every player has some flies. Every player you get, whether it's through the transfer portal or out of high school, they got flies. What I mean by flies is they have negatives, they have deficiencies, they have weaknesses.
Yeah.
The only thing that covers up for those weaknesses and deficiencies that when y'all get those players is coaching and player development. That's what can cover up for those flies. And up to this point, I haven't seen that TC Taylor and his staff can overcome those deficiencies that those players has through schematics and development. I haven't seen it to this point. But, like I say, as a Jackson State fan and supporter, I hope he proves to be able to develop a Zy McDonald or a kid he gets out of high school and makes him a great player. Because that's the great equalizer at this level. Go ahead, Scott.
No, my thing is what irks me about my issue is this is how does Rico Powers not get the ball? Like that to me, like, see, I'm a big component of why my best players having to touch the ball, right?
Players over plays.
Players over plays. Sometimes you just gotta say, this ball is going to you, right? And to me, Rico Powers is that guy. And I just don't understand how you don't run something for him, like a wide receiver screen for him.
Jackson State should have won this game by virtue of the fact Keyshawn Johnson only had 2 catches. Like, anyway, I don't know, man. But like I said, the game was there for the taking.
I'm my bad. Rico Powers look at this. Rico Powers had 1 catch for -1 yards.
Wow.
Come on, man. There's no way Rico Powers should leave a game with 1 catch. 1 catch? Come on, man. Let me get to this call. TG, coming to you.
Hello?
Yeah, TG, you live.
What's good, bruh?
Talk to me.
Bruh, I told you, bruh. I felt it in my gut, bruh. He ain't it, no. He ain't it.
Who's not it?
Oh,
Jason.
That old man.
Hey, bro, y'all can't blame now. Stop it.
Hey, man.
Jason Brown is not the reason why you lost this game.
Here he go. Y'all can't blame that. Hey, man. It's the guy. He ain't it. He doing all that running when, getting all these extra yards. He could have did that before, bro. He ain't it. And it's okay to say he ain't it.
So let me ask you this, TG. Do you think you should have a quarterback at Jackson State to cover up the flies of coaching and the deficiencies of other players?
we need a quarterback. Period. Like he wasn't it since jump. Scott had been saying it. I done said it. Like, I mean, there are gonna be deficiencies in anything you do. They're not gonna always be like 100% great coaching, 100% great players.
Facts.
But I mean, if the leader of your ship is like, I mean, it's a couple of plays where it was some guys open in the end zone. I mean, come on, bro. Like, Rocky, this dude, he just ain't it, bro.
I think that this game, they almost TC them had him on too much of a rope, right? Because it ain't like he made any mistakes. When he had a chance to throw the ball in the red zone, y'all ran a freaking shovel pass.
I actually like that play call. I ain't gonna lie. I'm always a fan of a shovel pass. I thought it was very creative. I blame it on DJ Stevens that he didn't get in the end zone because the kid didn't wrap him up. He just came and banged on him, and DJ Stevens being a first team all SWAC.
That dude thumped him.
He did being first team all SWAC. I'm just saying, you know, maybe he should have made a play.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think Jason today did anything that should have prevented y'all from winning this football game.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's a fair assessment. He didn't do any turnovers. You know what I'm saying?
That's what everybody and their mama always be saying. If he didn't do any turnovers, he ain't doing enough to get us where we need to go.
Okay.
He ain't it.
I understand. Would you have rather had the quarterback from Alabama State?
Who?
Damon.
Nah.
Who would you have rather in the SWAC? Who would you have rather? Who could have pulled this game out that's playing in the SWAC right now?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Dang, that's a good question, Rock. I think Trayvon could have pulled this game out. Trayvon Conley from PV, I think he could have pulled it out. I really do.
Yeah.
I think Trayvon could have pulled it out. Now he would have probably threw you an interception. He good for one. But he does. He can bomb it. He can bomb it. He'll throw it over your head. Trayvon throw it over your head.
So Trayvon is a playmaker, and I would tend to agree with you. The guy who said Musa, you drunk. Because Musa is going. I haven't seen the quarterback from Alcorn, so Alcorn.
Yeah. He get it done.
Okay. So Musa.
I don't.
Musa would have threw it to the other team at least once.
At least once.
Brown just not. I don't know, man. He looked like a deer in headlight sometimes. Like he just stuck. Like when he doing these plays, and yeah, he not turning the football over. You know what I'm saying? He's decent, but I mean, you expect more because of the experience. I expect more from him than what I'm getting from him. And because of that, we need to move on. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Like I said, this ain't nothing to get.
So let me ask you this. As a fan, if they go with Za, or if they go with the number 15, and y'all lose to Valley and find out that this guy can't play, will it be worth it?
Yep, because we got to see what we got for next year. I mean, Brown is gone. I mean,
but y'all will not. Y'all won't hold it against TC.
Huh?
He said y'all won't hold it against TC.
I mean, TC's still gonna get what he gonna get. We lost homecoming. I mean, he gonna get what he gonna get.
No.
You gonna have people that say, "Oh, he a first time head coach and this and that." You're supposed to know who in your room, regardless. Like
well, what I'm saying is you're advocating that he experiment with guys that he sees in practice every day. That he experiment and start developing a guy for next year, right? And
yeah, he needs to develop somebody for next year because Brown ain't coming back, and that we ain't playing for nothing no more now. So we need to go on and get this thing right.
Every coach that I've ever known, every coach that I've ever talked to, they've always told me next year I'll worry about next year. But this year, I'm trying to win.
That's fair. That's fair. Listen, I'll say this.
You're
and-
not even sure any of those guys going to be on your roster next year. What are you talking about?
Especially the way the portal is. Especially the way the portal is. You know, people come and go. I'll say this.
So what would you do then, Rocky? If I mean, man, like I said, Jason Brown, to me, it's just everything that I've looked at from him. It seemed like he just stuck. Like I don't know, he get froze or something. And then when you trying to get yourself back in, then he start running and doing all this other stuff. It's like you could have been did that. You could have been did all that. You could have been trying to extend plays. You could have been like, where was this when we needed to go up instead of when we down? You trying to catch up. Like, to me, that's just.
Well, see, I'm a fan of developing.
I appreciate it.
I'm a fan of developing our identity and strategy as an offense, and then recruiting players who fit those mold of those players. My deal is, if you want a true drop back passer and you want a guy that's operating a true drop back passing system, then you pass the freaking ball and you let him wheel and deal. If you're going to take a guy who's a drop back passer and then try to make him fit into some dual threat system, then I think you're setting the kid up for failure. And so there's no reason to be running RPOs with Jason Brown.
Let me say this, and I agree with you on the RPOs with Jason Brown. I think a lot of you guys are confusing the quarterback and the system. I do not think that Musa is the same quarterback without Willie Simmons.
Absolutely not. What are y'all talking about?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so you gotta take that all in consideration, right? I don't think Rashawn McKay is a very comparable quarterback without Willie Simmons, right? Because Willie Simmons protected him with the running game, with a lot of run with Bishop Bonnet, Terrell Jennings, and those type of things. So if we're taking everything is even, and we're saying you have TC Taylor and
coaching Musa.
Coaching Musa. You have TC Taylor coaching Trayvon. You have TC Taylor coaching Miles Crawley. Who are you taking? And if it's me, I'm taking Trayvon over Musa. I'm taking the Alcorn dude. Right, I'm taking one or two Alcorn, but Trayvon, I really like Trayvon because he's capable of standing in the pocket and throwing, and he has the mobility to get out and run. Right, that's the thing. So for me, that's why I gotta do that. I gotta do it because I'll say this: if you take Musa and put him with TC Taylor, he's a standing duck. He's a standing duck that's going to get hit. Now, he might get you a couple throws, but I don't know how much TC Taylor's play calling is going to help Musa. Because there's some play calling, and KJ, you know this. There's some play calling that really runs with Musa that makes that game a lot easier for the reads. Musa can make some of the throws, but Willie dials it up to say, hey, this guy going to come open. This is going to be here. This is going to be there, and I don't think TC Taylor and Maurice Harris do the same for their quarterbacks. Go ahead.
And I say this, man. I've seen TC Taylor in games draw things up for Musa that are just gimmies for any quarterback.
Willie, you seen Willie?
I'm sorry. Willie draw up things that for any quarterback that are gimmies, and Musa finds a way to miss it. So, again, I think, I'm not saying Musa's not a good quarterback. I'm not in any way saying I'm a great quarterback evaluator. But I know with my eyes that Willie Simmons draws up plays and schemes defenses to make easy reads and easy throws for his quarterbacks, whether it's Rashawn McKay or Musa.
That's fair, okay, Coach Black. That's fair. What
did he say?
There's some throws that Musa can make that many quarterbacks in the SWAC can't make.
I give you that. But how many throws does Musa make that are just gimmies.
And he misses.
Just gimmies.
It is what it is. Well, we will never know. Was that like what's that Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. We'll never know.
But even with that being said, there's a reason why Musa plays at this level. Man, this hey man, this where was she at? She after me, man.
Dr.
You want
Lord,
me to grow my beard back, Lori? What's the problem?
Dr. Lord, she don't play by her rattlers now. You
Oh no. It's a rattler thing.
Oh, she don't play by
it's a rattler thing.
her rattlers now.
No. Willie, let me give a compliment to a rattler. Willie Simmons is the best play designer in the SWAC.
Facts. Not even
Willie Simmons is the best play caller and sequence of plays in the SWAC.
Ain't a question. Now clock management.
and my only other problem is with Willie is this is my negative one, Willie. If he draw it up, he want to run it. Because sometimes
you just like, run the ball, bro. Run the ball. Sometimes he want to show how big his brain is. I feel you. That's real. Okay, that's real. Sometimes he want to show how big his brain is.
You don't know Musa like that. Look, okay. I've seen Musa probably 5 or 6 times, right? Each time I seen Musa, the best game I ever seen him play was against University of North Carolina. I've never seen that Musa since. I haven't seen that Musa since. That Musa wasn't the same Musa that played at Southern. That Musa that wasn't the same Musa that played Jackson State. So
that's fair. Coach Green, coming to you.
What's up, man?
What's good?
I just got off the phone with Kroger's, and I pretty much asked them to start putting "She Loves D" on their milk brand. Because I'm still looking for her. I'm having a hard time trying to find her, man. Yeah, have you seen her yet? Well, on a serious note, do you mind if I ask you a question about Valley, or do you want to stick on?
No, go ahead. No, you're fine.
Jackson.
You're fine. Go ahead.
All right. Do you think it's good that the freshman quarterback is getting a lot of reps?
The freshman quarterback,
the Williams kid.
Oh no,
Williams kid.
I like that. The Jamarian Williams kid. No, I told Mike. I told Mike last week. I said, because he's like, Scotty, we've been going through a lot of quarterbacks. I said, nah, not from the stat line I seen last week. Jamarian played the whole time. And this is what you want from. I liked the play by Coach Wade to go with him and just stick with him. Hey, we're gonna ride with the kid because you don't have nothing to play for other than trying to get better. So I absolutely love it.
And make guys stay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we finally got a quarterback, so it's like, hey, great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just is what it is. No, I love it.
Because looking at, the stat line was pretty good. 19 for 29, 265, 2 touchdowns.
And more touchdowns than Jason Brown. I'm just saying. We talking about quarterbacks, right? We know what I mean.
Now this is what's interesting about that stat line. How did UAPB run for 234 yards and get worked?
Dog, gotta be some turnovers in there. Gotta be some turnovers in there.
That's crazy. I feel like they switching quarterbacks too much. I think they should stick with Jalen Macon, man.
They were swapping quarterbacks out?
Yeah.
It looked like they played 4 quarterbacks, Scotty.
Chandler Edwards, Jalen Macon, and Hagan.
They played 4 quarterbacks? Damn.
Yes, tough. They did.
That's tough. You playing 4 quarterbacks against Valley.
I think that was off. I think the 4 person was off a trick play. I think because I don't know if he was a quarterback. He only threw 1 pass, but the other 3, I know they're all quarterbacks.
Jesus, you playing 3 quarterbacks? You definitely don't have one.
But because listening to you and I watched Jalen Macon play, you say he looked good.
I've always liked Jalen Macon. I've always liked him. He remind me of a Big Ben. I've always like, to me, see, this is the stuff why I say games aren't relative. Even though a lot of people want to make them that, your games aren't relative, right? So he played really great against A&M, against the Valley, and I don't know what happened at UAPB. They played really great against Tulsa. They get the Valley. See, it's off. It's funny to me how some games can catapult you and some games can, they don't really do anything. It's just a game, right? So, like, for me, I really feel Tennessee State in that Notre Dame game catapulted Tennessee State to what they are now. Playing really great defense. They know who they are. Draylon Ellis is looking good, playing better week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? But then you have UAPB, the way they play Tulsa, and you're just like, yo, I've never seen that defense again. Like, what happened to that defense? So,
yeah, it disappeared. But that Williams kid big though. He's big. How tall is he?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
6'3", 6'3", 6'3". He a 6'3" freshman.
One thing I can say, this is kind of what gives Willie an advantage, I believe. And he'll always have this advantage in the SWAC. Because I believe Willie really, and he did this with Rashawn McCray. Willie knows how to manage a game with a quarterback. He knows how to manage a game with a quarterback. And some of these guys in the SWAC be trying to just, to me, put quarterbacks in to see if they work. But
well,
Willie can manage a game with a quarterback.
Tell him to stick with.
What is that?
Alabama State stuck with the quarterback. Scotty told him to stick with.
He didn't even have a good game, but he kept you in it.
He was horrible.
Yeah.
He played horrible. I'm not.
Hey, they lost. But he only threw for 80 yards, and Jackson State lost.
Yeah.
Turnovers.
Good grief.
Turnovers and penalties. I'll say turnovers and penalties.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is they better not go down in Nevada and lose.
I took my down in the Valley. Dang it.
Hey, they lose. I know you're gonna be rocking that song if they lose.
Man, listen. Shit, they lose the Valley. They better not even listen. That all them Jackson State podcasts. No, don't. I swear for God, I'm clipping everybody's faces and I'm putting them on something because you better not lose the Valley. I will clown them till the cows come home. You know what I'm saying? But that is what it is. Hey, Coach Green, last point before I let you go because we about to get up out of here.
How you felt about who the next best running back they got when Mulligan went down?
I think Rocky would say Moultrie. I say Miller. I like Miller.
Did they even use him?
I didn't see him. Maybe he's hurt or something, but I didn't see him get used. But Moultrie looked pretty good though. But I'm a Miller fan.
You're a Miller fan. Okay.
Yeah, and it looked like he has a high ankle sprain, so he's not playing for Valley. High ankle sprains take you about at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, it sure do.
You definitely ain't playing on in that grass down in Valley. Shit. Yeah, you
can't play with that.
Nah, you can't play with that with a high ankle sprain. That ain't happening.
Nah.
They have to end up amputating your ankle.
Facts. You can't do nothing with that. So, all right, appreciate the call, Coach Green. Yeah. All right, last points, Rocky, before we get up out of here. Let me click on some of these comments. Listen, I said this, Alabama State's a defensive-minded team. I said it. They're like the Steelers, right? They just come. If it's one thing you can count on Alabama State to bring is their hard hat, lunch pail, and defense. That's what it is, right? That is what they are. That's what they're always going to be. And offense is always a supplement to that. So I kept saying this was a perfect style for them. Perfect style, perfect game, and this was a good win for them. What you got?
Well, again, Scotty, I think you were right. This is a perfect style for them, and I think if TC Taylor them had to do it over again, they wouldn't have played into their hands because I think late in the game they realized they could pass the ball, they could move it. Now it wouldn't have been the same, but they turned it over running the ball. You know, if I'm gonna turn it over trying to get points in the passing game. I feel much better with that than turning it over running the game the way they did. So, I honestly, as a Jackson State fan and somebody who supports who follows them closely, I was so surprised that they just wasn't able to just dominate this team.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting them to be able to move the ball and dominate them, even on the defensive side. And I didn't even see that, because when in situations where, especially on the goal line, where Alabama State had to move the ball, they were able to pick up first downs and even score touchdowns. And I didn't think they would be able to do that with that putrid offense they had, but they were able to do it when they needed to. So shout out to Alabama State, man. They got the win. Hopefully Jackson can recover and beat Valley.
We'll see. Scotty, do you think Bubba Adam is a Senior Bowl invite? Negative, but I think he is an East and West. I think he should be an East and West invite. I really do believe he should be an East and West Shrine Bowl invite. I do believe that in my heart. Senior Bowl, no.
Man, if he can't tackle Jason Brown, he needs to just go to the Heritage Bowl, because Jason Brown walked out of a tackle.
He has enough on his resume to at least get invited to the East and West Shrine Bowl. I definitely think he should get that invite. So he probably won't, but I do believe he should. He with his stats, with 100 tackles back-to-back seasons, over 100 tackles back-to-back seasons, he definitely should be in the invite conversation for East-West Shrine Bowl. I do believe that he's that good. Last point for me is this. Listen, it's nothing more beautiful in a day, other than my wife and my kids, to see Jackson State lose, right? And once again, before I leave, I just gotta, if you know it, sing along. I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. I'm so glad that they got their ass whooped. Sing it, glory, hallelujah. Woo! They got their ass whooped. You already know what it is. Listen, it's been your boy Scott. You already know what it is. It's been your boy Scotty. Hey, listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holla. God bless. Listen, Wednesday, me and Mike Reed is in the building. And you know what I'm bringing, okay? All the pettiness. All the pettiness. All right, listen, guys. Enjoy a weekend. God bless.